Had to, of course, like swim back upstream, which was kind of hard.
Okay, maybe that would be the difficult one in terms of physical challenge there.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh man,
What
but
about
it sounds.
What'd you do?
As I told everybody yesterday, I kind of was kind of lazy. Woke up, had work every day except Sunday. So on Sunday I go out and I go visit my dad, and the boat messes up. So we just spent a lot of time fixing the boat, and we got to go out on the lake and such. But I was just kind of glad to be anywhere other than working.
Yeah.
So that was me.
That's not too lazy. You fixed a boat.
I watched someone fix a boat. I sat on the deck and stared at my dad as he fixed the boat.
Moral support.
I was there for something. Maybe it was just to look good for the people driving by. That was about as close as I got.
Well, there you go. That's productive.
So yeah, you decide who had the better weekend. Probably her. That's how I'm going to call it. All right. Well, again, we are glad that you're here. And if you guys had a cool Labor Day weekend story, go ahead and tell us. Jump on that Facebook page and let us know what you guys did, because we're always interested to hear.
Let us know.
And maybe we can steal an idea from you on something to do one day. Get good hiking places. Got a church you visited over the weekend. We'd love to hear about it. That's why we're here. All righty. Well, every day, as we're all familiar, we have some great sponsors on the show, and the show is awesome enough the sponsors are awesome enough to let us as the show give you guys some great prizes, and we love to take time to highlight those prizes and then highlight you guys for watching the show and finding out who that sponsor of the day is, so they can then give you those prizes. So let's check out what the prizes are for today. Alrighty, so we have a free sausage biscuit from Bojangles. If you haven't had one of those, they are great. And then a free bag of apples from Steel Orchard. And this is a bag of 20 varieties of apples. If you've never had them, those are fantastic. And again, Mad Dog Mike's famous family barbecue pack. That's a pound of meat, 2 16-ounce sides, and 4 buns. Now, these are great, great prizes, guys. You don't want to miss it. So check the Facebook page, figure out who the sponsor of the day is, and call 256-734-7399. Again, that's 256-734-7399. You do not want to miss those opportunities. Now, you will have one other opportunity during the show a little later in the off chance that you can't make it to Facebook. We'll give you a small hint, but you don't want to wait that long. You never know who's going to snag up those prizes before you do. All right, so, we've got a cool show today. We've got a guest that I think people are always a little interested in. We had a gentleman a couple weeks back come on and talk to us about natural health, and we have another group of natural health I wouldn't call them doctors, but they're specialists of natural health, and I'm excited to talk to them because they've got a lot of heritage in what they do. They have a lot of passion, and they have a lot of knowledge in this subject matter. So I'm kind of excited for you guys to learn a little bit more, along with myself, about some of the things that this store that is local to us has in store. So definitely stick with us, and we'll be right back.
Fire, accident, storm. They all happen in Cullman County, and for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with companies like Auto Owners, State Auto, and Southern Guarantee. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Nelda. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat. With classic bolognese behind you, there are racks of lamb ahead. There are tartlets to take on, and crazy knife skills to perfect. There is you and your muse, the appliance brand more chefs choose. Chefs choose KitchenAid for their homes more than any other brand. And when every machine does incredible things, there's so much more to make.
Life lived in black and white is not a life lived. Today, I choose color. To see it. To feel it. To be in it. To be upon it. And to live a life surrounded by it. Today, I put on a fresh coat.
Have you been online to see our brand new website? Go to mycullmantv.com. There you can find links to see a live stream, notes from today's shows. You can meet our sponsors and even meet us here at the station. But don't forget about that Meet the Sponsors link. There you can see advertisements from the sponsors that help keep us on the air. You can also click on the links to go to these sponsors' web pages. My Cullman Television. Let's discover Cullman together.
Hi, I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
And welcome back. So today we are joined again with Mr. Sean and Miss Brenda okay, now pronounce your last name again. McLaren. Now, I'm again, during previous conversation you stated that you were Native American. It's a very Scottish name.
I get it from my husband.
My father was Irish.
Oh wow. Okay, so that, pardon me, because that's not someone you ever want to
It's
cross.
it's not a problem.
Alrighty. Well, again, you guys are with the Creator's Place, which is a natural health store located here in the Cullman area, specifically in the Dodge City locale. But do you mind telling us a little bit about the store, like where you drew inspiration from to open it?
I was diagnosed with a brain tumor back in 2011, right before the storms hit. I had 6 months to live, and we had already had this business started. We had it named Moons and Sons Way. During my episode with the brain tumor, we decided to name it the Creator's Place because the Creator, which is our Lord, brought us through what we were going through. And I'm in remission right now. In November will be 3 years.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So the Creator's Place is named from that. The 2 eagles represents my name, which is Spirit Dance, or Pre-Spirit. My daughter's name is Spirit Dancer. She dances the traditional ladies, women's traditional. But that's the way it, because of the herbs and stuff, the Lord gives us that to help us heal our bodies and stuff like that. And the inspiration for our jewelry right here, He gives us the knowledge to help make it.
Mm-hmm. That is an amazing story.
Now, you guys have all these traditional herbs and spices that I think that what I would believe to a lot of people are considered essentials for everyday life. Is there anything that you could, kind of explain to us for the people like myself who don't use them every day, like what the benefits are of using these instead of what we use every day?
Elderberry, it's actually a immunobooster, so it will help with your colds and stuff like that.
All right.
Lavender is a relaxation herb. If you put some of this by your bed in a small bowl and you squeeze it, it will help you relax while you sleep.
Oh, wow.
This garlic powder is the purest garlic powder that you could find. It has no fillers in it. It's like it's been crushed, dried and crushed. And this ginger is made with cane sugar, and it will help you soothe your stomach.
Okay. And I know the natural cane syrup has a lot
Also,
of-
some of the herbs that we have is in a everyday medication. Like we have an herb that's called white willow bark. It's the main ingredient in aspirin.
Okay.
All right. So you have a lot of alternatives to the medications that I think a lot of
Yes.
people would normally take, and they're probably a healthier option in terms
Yes,
of
a lot
less
healthier.
synthetic, that kind of thing, because medications, generic specifically, which are so popular, are majoritively synthetic materials that people have put together and then thrown into a capsule form that we take. And I can only imagine what that does to a human being after so long.
Well, you can take most people that are put on medication by a doctor, and then they have to go back to the doctor and be put on a separate medication for the side effects from the first
Right.
medication because of the chemical compounds.
Right. And this sort of removes that whole middleman in terms of that, because if you have a direct medication for what you're taking, then there's no side effect to it if that's specifically what you're taking.
Correct.
And again, I've seen a lot of people, natural health has a huge following now. A lot of people are going back to some of the older styles of medications and self-remedy, in the sense of going for a more natural solution to their problems instead of trying to find something that you can pre-purchase.
Well, this is what our ancestors did.
Yes, ma'am.
They collected these from the grounds, and they used them in a way that helped them heal their bodies. Now, we are no way trying to say that we're doctors or holistic doctors or anything like that. You have to do your own research.
Right.
That's the plain simple thing. You have to do your own research, because like this, it's a cooking herb, but it also helps the heart.
Right.
So
Very cool. So it's a multi-use for each
Right.
of these.
Now, I noticed that you have a decent variety here, and you actually you've provided a list here, a couple lists here of various items that you carry both in store and on your website. Do you have any more popular items that you tend to see go more than?
a lot of the dream catchers that are right here. Now that one my mom makes. She's 63 years old, and this one I make. This one's got deer hide on it. It's got aventurine stones on it. This one here's got unakite stones on it. This was the natural way that they made them. And then this has deer hide on it, and this is a steel ring in there, and it's wrapped with deer hide.
They're beautiful.
Some of this must take a long time to make.
Yeah. I have a big one that my mom makes that's full of turquoise,
Wow.
and it took her 2 days to make it.
2 days.
Wow.
I've always been fascinated with the weave. Is there a pattern style? Do these mean something?
Well, actually, the webbing, when you hang it up above your bed, your bad dreams are supposed to be caught in the web, and your good dreams are supposed to pass through the dreams. In the daylight, your bad dreams float down the feathers, and you won't remember them. But you'll always remember your good dreams.
Now, do the stones represent anything in particular?
Different stones represent different things. Usually green represents money. Amethyst, which is a purple stone, represents good health. Different things like that. Pink rose quartz means love.
So we've got,
Very cool.
I can only imagine that each one is its own type of, I would almost
When
say
we
blessing
make
with
those, we put prayers in them.
Yes, ma'am. Now, you have a few other items here. Do you mind going over some of those with us?
This is made by my mom. It's made out of elk.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not a very thick hide to work with?
It's softer than deer, actually. This type of elk is softer than deer.
It depends on how it's
How it's
tanned.
harvested and how it's tanned.
Now, do you have a supplier that you get these from, or do you go out hunting sometimes?
We have a
Some-
supplier, and then
Sometimes we
sometimes
go out
we,
hunting too, but, you know,
not for elk, for deer.
That'd be an interesting story to tell.
And this piece right here, I make these, and this is bone, this is carved bone, those are glass crow beads, and then this is bone.
This is very pretty.
And
I
this
love
is
that color.
This is what we wear. Part of the regalia, which is the native dress, is the regalia.
Wow, these are beautiful.
I can only imagine, making a piece like this would take hours.
This piece probably, once I get it laid out, it probably takes about 15 minutes.
Oh, well, all right then. Now, we have been asked to sample some of the products that you guys carry, specifically 2 types of teas. Now, I am in no way a master of this, so you might have to explain this to me. So we're going to grab one, Kate and myself, and I made these by the specifications that you gave us before we get out here. This
Don't-
you might have to.
Don't drink any of that.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't have a.
Can you tell us what kind of tea this is?
Now that's Tropicana.
Okay. This is. No, this is
Both
not
of
the.
black
This
tea?
is not the fruit
Black
blend.
tea.
This is the. Because that one's
That's the fruit blend.
That's the fruit blend. Is that the green tea or? Okay.
Yes, that's the green tea. This
This
is
is
a
the
pleasure
black.
tea.
It's really good. That's very good.
That would be like if you were taking a calmness from the heavy work day.
Okay, so
That
this,
was a pleasure tea.
so this is something you drink at night.
Well,
before you go
yeah,
to
or breakfast.
Oh, okay, even breakfast. And you can't see in here, but it's so pretty. There's stuff floating on the top, and I don't know. Are you supposed to put it in a tea bag and
Yes,
filter
you're
it
supposed
out?
to be
that's
put it-
that's
It's
my
really
bad.
pretty if you don't do that.
Yeah, it makes it
like a
difficult to
little
drink because
floral
apparently we're
arrangement.
not supposed to drink the things floating at the top. But yes, it is very good. It's got a very. I don't know if this is intentional, but I catch like a minty, like refreshness to it. It
minty
gives you that
aftertaste.
clean feeling in your mouth as you drink it, but then it's very smooth. That also could be because I made it wrong, so I apologize. This is actually really good. And what was this called again?
It's Tropicana tea.
Tropicana. Okay, so
Tropicana black.
try this and make it the right way and see what you think. Because ours, I butchered it. So,
It's good.
all right. So that's the Tropicana. Now this is the fruit blend.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. This is a green tea.
Now this is high in vitamin C. It's a green tea. It's also
Oh, wow, it's got a
decaffeinated.
really
It's decaf-
strong,
Mhm.
like.
And you
scent.
remember the rose hips you were talking about?
Yes.
It had the red in there is part of the rose hip.
Oh, okay. We were saying before the show I have some rose hip oil at home, and I wasn't sure what exactly I should do with it, but it's actually in this tea. So
I feel like I just ate a salad. But that's my fault. So. Don't
That's
ever let
really
me
good.
make you tea. Don't let it happen. That's
We-
really good.
We sell the mesh tea ballers and the reusable tea bags, which
okay.
I think a
I need
diffuser
one.
would work with this as well.
right.
Yeah, because trust me, you're gonna want it. Because one of those.
Well, the
one of those-
herbs won't hurt you.
No, ma'am. Just catch
It's
you
got
throw them away.
it's got peppermint in it, sweetgrass, lemon peel,
Rose hip.
rose hips, and hibiscus flower.
Okay.
Those are really good.
And what does this do for you health wise? What's it good for?
Green teas are detoxing teas,
Okay.
and then the red teas are detoxing teas also.
Okay.
So we carry several green teas and we carry several red teas, and obviously several black teas.
Well, black teas are awesome for you in terms of antioxidants, and green teas have been the alternative tea for everyone who is looking for a health outlet. So those are fantastic options. They are delicious teas. Again, I can't emphasize enough. Don't let me make it for you. So I'm so glad you guys came on the show today because these are all super interesting. This is something I wish I had personally more of a knowledge of, especially since flights go out. This is the stuff to have. Is there any other things that you'd like to mention before we?
We are a training store. We teach at our store a lot about some of the herbs, but also we tell you before you purchase to do your own research.
Right.
We can tell you what we use them for.
But they may not necessarily be what you need it for.
So you provide the tools.
Right.
And only they can decide what to do with them from that point.
Right.
And where are you located?
In Dodge City, heading towards Jasper, off of 69 on the 299 exit, off of 65.
Just look left. That's all you have to do. If you're heading towards Jasper, just look left and you'll just see it.
We're in the old, I think it was Shell gas station before.
It was either a Shell or a Chevron gas station.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it's
We're
been
located
remodeled.
right next to the smoke shop there in Dodge
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, do you have any contact information that people could reach? Or
We have a website,
okay.
which is thecreatorsplace.net. We also have an email address, which is thecreatorsplace@gmail.com.
Okay.
We also have a phone number. It's 850-281-3318. And why it's 850 is because my adopted parents lived in Florida, and they have since passed away, and I've had a bunch of business cards out with that phone number, so I keep it.
Well, that
Okay.
works. All right. Well, again, for viewing audience at home, if you've never stopped by there, this is a wonderful place. I'm probably going to have to stop by there at some point, pick some of these up so I can try them again when I make them right.
And make sure you get a
T-baller or a mesh T-ball.
mesh T-baller or T-bag.
Just anything to put those in other than directly into the cup, unless I have a blender. But if you haven't stopped by and check this out, they have some wonderful products, handmade crafts, herbs and spices you probably won't find anywhere else, and some awesome tea selections. Probably going to finish these as soon as I can. If it's just one of those things that you have to check out. It's one of those experiences that you have to see firsthand to actually understand and to really see the craftsmanship that goes into a lot of this. And we as a community absolutely appreciate that kind of thing.
Thank you.
Well, we again thank you both for coming on the show today. We're excited to hear from you again. I know that you guys had talked about maybe coming a little closer back into Cullman at some point. So if you ever do that, let us know, and we'll gladly get you back on the show to talk about it. And if you guys will join us again in just a moment, we have some more to come up, so you don't go away.
Hi, I'm Jay Mullins with Premier Bank.
And I'm Jacob Mullins.
For more than 26 years, we've been providing friendly personal banking services to the citizens of Cullman and surrounding counties. We continue to provide new and improved services to our customers, and we even have a new look. So come by and see us at any of our 9 convenient locations. And remember, the same friendly personal service, and we're open on Saturdays.
With classic bolognese behind you, there are racks of lamb ahead. There are tartlets to take on, and crazy knife skills to perfect. There is you and your muse, the appliance brand more chefs choose. Chefs choose KitchenAid for their homes more than any other brand. And when every machine does incredible things, there's so much more to make.
And welcome back. So, that was kind of interesting.
Very cool.
They got me to try some stuff that I'm a little outside my comfort zone. I've never been much of a tea drinker unless it was like drowned in sugar, so that's going to be kind of different. That was good, though. They had warned us that we'd probably wanted to put honey in it beforehand because it's like a natural sweetener, and I did not have any. So it was kind of nice to know that we could.
It was
that
tasty,
it was
though.
still good without it. That
Yeah.
gives me hope. So, granted, I probably put way too much of that stuff in that. They said a teaspoon, and I was like a teaspoon and a half because I didn't know how long it needed, and it was bad. So the teas are great. My cooking skills are atrocious. So don't people of the world, if I offer you a drink or food, be wary.
We just needed a mesh tea bag.
We needed-
We would have been fine.
Like a paper coffee filter would have probably done better than what I. All right. So but speaking of giving people things other than sickness, I hope. We here at the station, again, I'd mentioned at the beginning of the show, we love to give back to you, the viewing audience, as much as we can, and we do this in terms by the awesome things that our sponsors allow us to give to you guys. And we talked about some of those things at the beginning of the day, and I told you that if you check our Facebook page and figure out who the sponsor of the day is, you have this great opportunity to call in and win those prizes. But we understand that not everybody has the ability to just rush to Facebook when I say to, although at this point there's no excuse and you should do it. No, I'm kidding. But we, in the off chance that you can't, or you were on your way to work, or you're just now catching us on the show, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys just a little small hint that might kind of push you in the right direction of figuring out who the sponsor of the day is, so that you can win some of the awesome prizes. So the hint for today is, which one of our sponsors offers you a variety of over 20 apples. 20 varieties of apples, guys. It's easy. And you know this one. They're actually delicious apples. If you've never been out there, you should go check it out. But definitely call us in. Again, that's 256-734-7399, 256-734-7399. Call us in and let us know who that sponsor of the day is, and you can walk away with those awesome prizes.
That's right. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Let's now check out our Facebook friend of the day. Our Facebook friend of the day is Denise Miller today. Denise likes Maddie and Tay and Luke Bryan. She's a country music fanatic.
And fanatic. And for being our Facebook friend of the day, she will win, or she has won, a large barbecue sandwich from Mad Dog Mike. So congratulations on that. If this is your first time, if you're a country fan, you will absolutely love Mad Dog Mike's. He's a good homegrown Southern guy, and he's very old school. I like him. Mr. Mike's a good guy. If you've never even met him, just go down there and talk to him. You won't regret it. I promise.
Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Fun guy.
All right. Well, as we said yesterday, one of the things that we're trying to start up here is we've realized that there are a lot of awesome locations in Cullman that people may not be aware of. And one of the things that I think is our responsibility to you guys is to let you know of these fantastic locales here in Cullman that you may not have ever been to. And you may have known of some of these places. You might have heard of some of these places, but it's our job to educate you on some of the things in Cullman, not only worth doing, but of historical importance to us. And today we are highlighting another wonderful facility, and that is the Grotto, the Ave Maria Grotto here in Cullman. It is a beautiful locale. It's not too far from here. It's one of those places that if you've never been to, you need to stop by and see at least once in your lifetime, because it's wonderful craftsmanship. So we've got a few interesting things that you may or may not have already known. The Grotto in Cullman here is a landscaped 4-acre park in an old quarry on the grounds of St. Bernard Abbey, providing a garden setting with 125 miniature reproductions of some of the most famous religious structures of the world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
The stone and concrete models are the work of Brother Joseph Zodel, a Benedictine monk of St. Bernard Abbey who devoted some 50 years to the project. The last 3 decades, which was 1932 to 1961, almost without interruption, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, 30 years of solid work on these reproductions of these places. Now, they are scaled, and I'm not exactly sure what the ratio of the scale is. These are fantastic and almost exact duplicates of some of these interesting locations.
They really are.
And it's weird, the attention to detail, if you've never seen it. It's one of those things that it's almost unreal to look at. And it's obviously handmade. That's the good part, is that it was not something that you could possibly purchase without it being specifically from a handmade craftsman. It's very interesting.
It's kind of artisan style, like it's made with stuff he's kind of found, like stones and marbles and stuff like that. It's very, very pretty.
Very, very good choice of material. Very good. This gentleman was born in 1878 in the Kingdom of Bavaria. Brother Joseph was maimed in an accident that left him slightly hunched due to cervical, and I'm saying this wrong, kyphosis. I apologize. It's a degenerative ailment. He immigrated to the United States as a teenager, settling in northern Alabama. Soon afterwards, he began studying at the newly founded Benedict Monastery here at St. Bernard, where he took his vows in 1897. Brother Joseph was not allowed to be ordained as a priest due to the rule of the period that stated any man with a distracting disability could not be ordained. He ran the monastery power plant and was, even as by a monk's standards, a withdrawn, quiet man. Brother Joseph rarely left Alabama, and he also died here in Alabama at 1961, which again is part of the last 30 years that he devoted to his craft. The display is strung out on a forest hillside trail that winds down past several building clusters deep in a steep hillside. So, I mean, this is a very intricate piece. It takes a few. It's not one of those things that you can just glance at and continue moving. It is very big. There's a lot to this piece. So again, it was added to the Alabama Register of Landmarks and Heritage on February 24th of 1976, and it was added to the National Register of Historic Places of January 19th, 1984. So it's awesome that Cullman has an item of this much importance,
Yes.
of this kind of value to a lot of people, because it is a huge tourist attraction. A lot of people come specifically to see this, and then they tend to pair it again with the Shrine of the Most Blessed Sacrament. But this is one of those things that if you've never seen and you just want to see what it's like to be a true craftsman and the work that one put into it, this is definitely the kind of area you would like to go and look at. It's fantastic. It's a great family get-together. It's very educational, and there's always somebody there talking about it. So if you want more or you have any questions for them, feel free to contact them. They're glad to talk to you about it and maybe educate people a little bit more on what it is. Alrighty, so again, we love highlighting stuff like that. I'm so excited that we're doing something like this because it's a great opportunity not only for me to learn, but for me to help, for all of us to learn kind of some of these things together. And that's always a big deal, is knowing more about your surroundings, because we live here. Might as well know about it. Alrighty, well now is my I'm going to say now second favorite. It's been debunked by the local Discover Cullman segment here, but my second favorite part of the show is the part where I do get to talk about the weather because it makes me feel smart. And this is again brought to you by Mitch Smith Chevrolet, so make the switch to Mitch. All right, it looks like the average high for today is going to be 87 with the average low at 65. Record high was set in 1925 at 107. And the record low set in 1956 at 50 degrees. Sunset tonight is going to be at 6:59 p.m. with sunrise tomorrow at a bright and early 6:25 a.m. Now, if you pay attention to that radar there, you can see there's a few pop-ups back towards the Gulf and a few overs, but that does not affect us. So wonderfully, we are looking at a 0% chance of rain today. Again, this is a 0% chance of rain with a high of 86, low of 67 tonight with a continued 0% chance of rain. Tomorrow, though, looking at a small pop-up shower chance, 20% chance of rain tomorrow with a high of 79. So we're looking at a cooler day, probably a little more cloud coverage. And again, we're looking at upper 70s here, a little lower 70s up there for the first couple of days, but middle to upper 70s throughout the week. And we're looking now, if you pay attention, we have a day where we are dropping down to 49 degrees in the lows. We are starting to get cold, people, which means obviously we have to start dressing warmer, which means that I now have a reason to not worry about being tan and unattractive because I can cover it with a layer of fluff. So definitely keep cold, or definitely keep warm. Keep yourself bundled, keep dry as long as you can help it, because the last thing you need is that temperature change shift to hit you and then you get sick, because that just makes everybody miserable. And if you have kids, being a parent plus sick equals sick kids, and that's train wreck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mom. I did that to you for many years. All right, so definitely try to stay prepared for that kind of stuff. And, with this kind of weather too, you get a lot of shifts in weather. Power outages are prone to happen. So definitely keep yourself prepared for that kind of thing. Keep yourself educated on what to do in those situations. Very important.
Keep your phone charged.
Absolutely. Well, as long as you can. Power save settings, something. Alrighty. Well, again, if you will join us in just a moment, we'll definitely be right back.
Stick around.
Have you been online to see our brand new website? Go to mycullmantv.com. There you can find links to see a live stream, notes from today's shows. You can meet our sponsors and even meet us here at the station. But don't forget about that Meet the Sponsors link. There you can see advertisements from the sponsors that help keep us on the air. You can also click on the links to go to these sponsors' web pages. My Cullman Television. Let's discover Cullman together.
I'm Pat Moody with the Mortgage Center. Over the past 16 years, we've helped thousands of Cullman County residents with their mortgage needs. During these challenging times, we still stand ready to help the people of Cullman County with their mortgage needs. With rates at record lows, there is no better time to buy or refinance your existing mortgage. Let's work together in these difficult times to make it better. The Mortgage Center.
And now, we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
Fire, accident, storm. They all happen in Cullman County, and for 3 generations, Night Free Insurance has been there for you. Continuing today with Elliott and Westcott Free, customizing your life, home, auto, and business insurance with companies like Auto Owners, State Auto, and Southern Guarantee. Call Westcott, Elliott, Judy, Tina, Angie, or Nelda. Night Free Insurance, where people are the difference.
Alrighty, so now we're going to take a look at our community billboards for the day.
We're trying. A little bit of a technical difficulty.
Or maybe the weather, I don't know. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, one of the things did you get to go to the Sweet Tater Festival this year?
I didn't, not this year.
That's one of those things that I wish I'd been able to catch. I know Natalie made it.
And our community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi. We have Ben South's one-liner dinner on the Southern Humor Highway. That is free at the free belly laugh and food for thought Saturdays 10 a.m., which begins August 15th. And that is at the Red Door Cafe.
Absolutely. So stop by. Those are every Saturday except for this upcoming Saturday. They'll start again the following Saturday, and it's every week after that point.
Yes.
Again. And the Cookbook fundraiser brought to you by the Women Faith Group Garden City Church of God is still continuing. These are $12.50 each, and the proceeds do benefit the church's food bank. For more information, contact Ms. Rhonda Davis and Ms. Patsy Kennedy.
The candlelight walking tours begin October 5th and go through October 6th this year. Their guided tours through the downtown area begins at the Cullman County Museum and Fest Hall. And for more information for this walking tour, please visit CullmanOktoberfest.com. Don't miss out on that cool opportunity.
And Ms. Catherine Morgan again invites you to come visit her and talk to her about discounts up to 40%. She's with State Farm, so for more information, call 256-734-4640, and definitely check her out on Facebook for more information on how you can save.
A rummage sale is going on October 23rd and 24th at the Cullman Fairgrounds. This is sponsored by the Cullman Pilot Club, so don't miss out. You'll find some really cool stuff at these kind of things.
Absolutely. And the Alabama Gourd Festival is October 17th and 18th. This is located at the Cullman Civic Center, and admission is $3, yet kids 12 and under are free. For more information, visit alabamagourdsociety.org.
Again, the community billboards are brought to you by Pepsi. Visit us at mycullmantv.com to find out more info about that.
Check us out on Facebook, email us at mycullman@gmail.com, and again to call us at 256-734-7399. So all fantastic ways, because we love to hear from you. So definitely let us know what's going on in the community, and we'll try to do what we can to advertise it for you.
Again, thanks to Pepsi for sponsoring our billboards. Our birthday today is Cindy Hawkins and Shauna Heiss.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Again, our weekly birthday winner receives an ice cream cake from Dairy Queen, and that will be on Fridays. We draw a name, and lucky winner gets an ice cream cake. They also win a $15 gift certificate from the Candle Garden.
Yep, those are the anniversary winners, and those will also be drawn on Friday. So send in the anniversaries and send in the birthdays for us, because we got to know in order for you to win. We can't draw your name out of magical air. That doesn't happen. Alrighty, and our sponsor of the day, if you did not already know, was indeed Steel Orchard. They have the highest quality products at the lowest possible price since 1985. They have 20 different varieties of apples on site, so definitely go check them out if you've never been. And remember to like us on Facebook. We absolutely want to hear from you. I cannot stress to you enough how much the community that you guys bring means to us. That's a huge deal. We constantly want to know what's going on. We want to know what's going on in your daily life. That matters to us, so let us know. Tell us if you have any comments or questions for us. We're always around. Someone will always be there to answer for you, so definitely check us out. So we've got a cool show. We had a cool show today, but we have a cool show tomorrow too.
What do we have tomorrow?
We've got an awesome guest. It's Mr. Eddie Hand, who is with Smith Lake Magazine, and this is actually really cool because I've read Smith Lake Magazine a few times. It's a fantastic printed issue. I do think they have a digital copy now as well, but it's awesome. Smith Lake is a great area if you've never been around. It surrounds a couple of counties too, so it's kind of an interesting hub for a lot of people. You get to meet a lot of different people that you might not have ever met. So I'm interested in talking to him and seeing, what that kind of life interest, he has there.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think we had a good day. Kind of fun. Got to learn a lot. Got to try some new things. That's always a big thing. Got a cool truck behind me.
Yeah.
Talking about some stuff.
Got some beans on the truck.
Love beans.
Very cool.
That's
Very
weird.
cool.
All right. So, all righty. So what are you going to do today? Big plans? Going out? Partying? Hanging out?
Cleaning my apartment.
Wow, that's very adult.
Yes. Watch me adult.
Yeah, I'm not doing that today. I'm going to go do other things like work, I guess. All right.
Fun.
Well, we hope you guys have a more exciting day than we do. As you can tell, we're probably the most boring individuals ever. But,
Speak
what
for
do you
yourself.
say? Okay. You know what he's saying. All right. Well, again, I'm Jacob Murphy.
And I'm Kate Biermeyer.
And everyone here at My Coleman Television, I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a great day.